It's Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday. We have our glass. So welcome back to today's video. I wanted to talk about something that's a little bit more serious. This is the number one reason why couples split up, divorce here in America. It is financial problems. Let's drink to that. It's because you have two different people who view money differently. You have someone who's amiable, meaning that this person is ready to spend money on himself, herself, or other people. That's who they are amiable. And then you have those who are frugal, and they cannot for the life of them spend a dime. They probably shop once a year. If that could be like a miracle if they shopped once a year for themselves. And this is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be amiable. It's not a bad thing to be frugal. And it's actually, in my opinion, a very good thing to have two people with opposites mind together. Because we were getting ready to get married back in August. Things just did not happen how we were planning, but here we are. We had to buy jewelry, we had to plan wedding in Italy, and over there the tigress in me came out, the lion in him came out. You're like bang. In my opinion, before you spend money, whether if you have a joint account or if you have separate accounts, you really have to have one thing in mind: respect. And that respect is your own respect and respect of your spouse. You should have discussed before you got into this wedding thing, marriage thing, how much money can you spend without getting a consent from your significant other. What's the frequency of this $100? Is the frequency of this once a month? Is the frequency of it twice a month? So you figure out what works for you guys. What's the limit per week? What's the limit per month? What's the limit per year? And I'm not talking about living expenses, because we all understand that that's a need and not a want. And most times we just end up spending our money on the wants instead of the needs. I am no longer the spender that I used to be. I would literally get up and shop every weekend. I don't know how many banks I had to touch and just hide. You have no idea. But it is quite disrespectful to your spouse who is working hard just like you, and then you're going and spending that money and you haven't agreed on how to spend the money. So that is very important. Deciding on the limits that should be spent on wants and the frequency of that spending. It is a very big deal if you want to survive your marriage. It is important to decide how you want to have your account. Do you want to have a separate account, a joint account? Do you want to have one huge joint account and then savings and then your separate personal account? However you decide this, it should be there to benefit your marriage. Every morning, without missing a beat, Mr. Rock is there checking every expense. Geraldine, mind, I don't waste my money on a lot of things that are not quality wise. It's not like great, like you cannot go and sell it and make profit off of. So now I focus more on brand names that I can resell if I wanted to in the future. I went to school in America. You know how much money that is. $50,000-$60,000 per year is expensive. As a couple, you need to learn how to handle the debt together. You cannot just draw in the line and say, this is not my debt, so I will not deal with my wife's or my husband's debt. Okay, so when you were getting married, you should have known, you should have asked. If the debt was a problem, the loan was a problem, you shouldn't have gotten married. For one reason, once you get married, it changes everything. So you really have to talk before getting married and after getting married, how this could affect you personally, even though you like, not my debt, not gonna deal with it. It's gonna do you well if you decide, okay, husband, wife, let's tackle this debt and see how we can start fresh without any debt. How can we knock it out? And it is very easy to do it as a couple. I'm not saying easy. Knowing how to budget the money means that you have to also know how to save the money. Saving is very important. I recommend saving 10% of your money that you make, you go to work. That's a must, like a must. You cannot say, oh no, I have this bill to pay, I have that. This 10%, if it were for me, I would be putting 60% to the side and living the most frugal life and saving however I can. The Geraldine of today lives under her means and has become quite frugal. Not a dollar goes by unaccounted. I'm more into cooking at home than eating out. So make sure that you set your financial priorities. What are your financial priorities? Is your financial priority to buy a house? Is your financial priority to save for retirement? Is your financial priority to buy the Ferrari, the Lamborghini? Set them and stick with them. Whatever works for you, whatever you're comfortable with. This way you're not like sinking and don't know how to deal with life because you are swimming in debt. I think I had already mentioned this. Sorry. You have to track how you are spending your money. It is very important. I already said this, but I'm gonna say it again. Track it. Really track it. I know when I used to use Bank of America, I don't use Bank of America anymore. They had a chart, and this chart really showed you how you spent your money. In this chart, you had clothes, you had food, it really divided it for you. We always say, I don't have money, I don't have money. How are you spending the money? How are you spending it? You do have money, but you're not budgeting your money. You're not tracking how you're spending your money. You think $20 here, $50 here, Zara, H&M, Forever 21. It won't hurt anyone. It adds up. That Uber ride, because you woke up late and you were so irresponsible, now you gotta spend $30. It adds up. So guys, I've been rambling, going on and on, talking about things. You know, this life is not easy. It isn't easy because we don't make it easy on ourselves. We make it way difficult than it should be. We double guess, we fight each other, we label names stingy, frugal, materialistic. Instead of working together, we work against each other. We talk at each other instead of talking to each other. If things are not going the way you want them to go, then you need to seek an expert who's gonna sit down with you and come up with a solution for you guys. I gotta leave you, I gotta go, I gotta finish cooking because Rocco's gonna arrive here in 20 minutes, so I'm gonna have to finish cooking. So I'm gonna say ciao. Rocco is so complicated when it comes to eating. This is why I let him cook. I don't even want to deal, but he's so complicated, you have no idea. So he doesn't like blood, so what I do is I boil the meat first to just take out all the nastiness. So guys, we'll catch up next time I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna go now. Mwah. Ciao, 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 ciao. Ci vediamo alla prossima volta. Ciao.